For some of you, this part's going to be very boring, but for me, it was my everything this morning, this Monday morning. Over the weekend, I noticed the roses had many, many blooms, and I knew by Monday morning some of them might be wide open. So I couldn't wait to get out there this morning and check out the roses. But these aren't just any roses. These are the roses my grandpa gave me. When we moved in our house here, the front garden was almost non existent, and he brought 3 rose bushes to me, and we call this one the Abby Rose. It reminded him of Abby for some reason. So I brought in some roses, and it was pretty exciting because I got to put them in the vase that I actually made myself over the summer. I took a pottery class and I made this vase. It wasn't on the wheel, it was hand built, and I'm really proud of it. So it was super exciting for me to be able to fill that vessel up with water and put these beautiful blooms in there. And I know the framing's off and you can't see things well, but it is what it is. And that's what Grandma always says. But here's my roses. They seemed a little bit plain, so I went outside in the backyard and collected some extra greenery because it needed a little bit more oomph, you know what I mean? And it also felt good to be in the backyard listening to the birds and clipping the greenery. I brought it back inside, and I'm going to make it look a little bit more interesting. And I love to use what I have. These are just little tree branches, little pieces of fern, some Charlie plant that started to seed and flower, and it just makes it so much more interesting. Do you see that one little bloom on the, what is it called? The fern. That little bud up there. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. And this was my Monday morning. And I put it by the new little snow person. And it makes me happy. I hope it makes you happy too. It is day 8 of Vlogmas. And I did decide to take the weekend off. And I'm going to say it felt really relaxing. And if you got through the rose cutting, thank you. It was very special to me. I mean, look at them. Look at them. In the vase that I made, it's the little big things, as I say, the little big things. To know I made that vase with my own 2 hands, and I cut the flowers, brought them in. It's those kinds of things that make life a little special. And it didn't even take that much effort, really. Not much effort at all to walk out into the garden and cut those flowers, bring them inside. So often I let them die on the bush. You know, they bloom and they look beautiful, but then they die. And I forget to bring them in. And so I brought them in. And I'm not even dressed this morning yet. And I'm a little cold, so I'm in Motorcycle Man's jacket he had thrown over the banister. I was like, I'll put that on. I'm in my pajamas. I did get up and put my face on right away. And instead of making my bed, I stripped the bed because it's Monday and I do my sheets on Monday. And I'm here on this Vlogmas morning and it's quiet. Although Man Cub is homesick in his room and I don't know, he could walk through the frame. I don't know what's going to happen. I didn't even know he was here, even though his car was outside. I didn't know he was here. All of a sudden I was sitting here ready to record and I was like hearing footsteps and I was like, those sound like human footsteps, not cat footsteps. So anyway, this weekend, as I didn't record because it just felt like overwhelming for me. As if you saw my last video on Friday, I was overwhelmed. I was very honest, very transparent. And I admitted that I compare myself to other people, other creators, other things in life. And that was, I was being very honest. I know not to do it, but I said it out loud because I thought, aren't there any other people who feel like me? And maybe if I say it out loud, they'll be like, oh gosh, I feel better. Even though we know we're not supposed to compare, come on, let's be honest. Don't we compare? Okay, enough of that talk. So this weekend, I felt so relaxed knowing that I didn't have to edit, upload, do all the things, which I love to do. You know I love to do that. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to weave moments together and share things. But it still felt like a pressure, a burden off my back. And plus it gave me time to appreciate other creators' vlogmases. And I was happy to watch theirs and kind of take in their moments and get inspired by them. So what did I do with my weekend? Well, first of all, I made some cards. I made some Christmas cards by hand. I don't send Christmas cards out. I'll just kind of generally say that. It's expensive, and I used to send them to, like, not even joking, about 100 people. And back in the day, you know, when you have your family and everyone's little and stuff, mostly you take family photographs and you do, like, you know, cards that have pictures on it of your family. Well, now it's kind of different since we're in a different stage of our life. So I kind of watercolored and drew some pictures for Christmas cards. But the way I do it is if I receive a Christmas card, I want to send a letter back, not just like Merry Christmas. I want to write and think about that person who thought about me to send me a card. And so I got 4 Christmas cards so far. So I made 4 Christmas cards this weekend and wrote letters in them and got them off to the post office. And after I went to the post office, it was like my day of errands. Grandma had an Amazon return, so I took it to UPS store and returned her Amazon return. And as I was coming home, there's Savers, our very nearby close thrift store. And I thought, oh, I kind of really want to go in there because they might have some Christmas decor, because I have not gotten up in the rafters and gotten ours down. Everything I have around right now was things that I put up in Abby's old room in her closet, because we gained more storage when she moved. So I put my nativities up there and some white lights and some things that I could just pull down and kind of scatter around the house. And that's all I've done so far. But those are important to me, the nativity scenes and my deer collection. I just recently started collecting kind of vintagey deers. So I got sucked into Savers and I was walking around the knick-knack section and I found some cool things. And I started putting them in my cart and got home and spread them out in my house. I'll have to show you where I put everything. But I found a little vintage deer. I don't know if it's vintage, but it looked kind of like it. One of those plasticky things. I found some garland that I meant to put in Ivy Moon, but it ended up, it's up here. It's up above me, actually. And I also found a vintagey looking snowman that I called it a snow person because, well, I don't know. It's a snow person. And it looked like you could put a light up in it. And I knew I had an old cord with a light bulb thingy from IKEA. So I bought that because I was going to light it up when I got home. What else did I get? The deer, the snowman, the garland. Yeah, I forgot. The New Jersey, the vintage. I don't know if I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know if this is in focus. There it is. The New Jersey vintage glass. And evidently, I said, this is from my friend in New Jersey. I have a friend from over a decade ago that lives up in New Jersey. And it was for Alicia. And then I remembered, oh my goodness, Julie Jordan Scott's in New Jersey. And then Joanne said, she's from New Jersey. I didn't even know. And then some new people that I just met are from New Jersey. So cheers to the New Jersey folks. And last, but definitely not least, are those books that I found. Look how cute this is. Do I need to put my glasses on again so I can see? If you can see. There it is. Look at this book, 1969, okay? It says, things to make and do. I was like, oh, that is so up my alley. Let's look at some of this. So you are going to be seeing more of this book. You will be seeing more of this book on my channel because I'm going to recreate some of these 1969 things that were shown to make here. And then I got this book too, Doodle Lit, and it's so cute. And it's not as cool as that book though, definitely not as cool. But for the price, I think they were $4 each. I got these books. But I got ahead of myself because that was Saturday that I did all of that. Friday was super cool because Friday I went to go see my friend Barbara. You've seen her on my channel. I drew a picture of her. She was having a jewelry event in the city that I adore, okay? So I went to that city and saw Barbara, and I should be wearing them, but I have to show you. I always do this and then I have to show you. Here they are. They're dragonfly. Yeah, you can see them. They're dragonfly earrings. And you know why dragonflies are special? They remind me of RJ. She has a dragonfly tattoo. And when she was leaving this time last year, I found a dragonfly that I thought was dead in our driveway. And I picked it up and I brought it inside the house, and I was going to set it with my butterfly wings and my cat whiskers and things like that. And I sat it there and it wasn't dead. Okay, it wasn't dead. And I realized that dragonflies represent change, and it just seemed so appropriate. And I have a video from last year about that dragonfly story when RJ was getting ready to move out. And I'm going to link it at the end of this video if you're interested. I don't think it's more than 10 minutes long. And it explains the dragonfly situation. But I got these because they're special to me because of that. I'm very sentimental, if you can't tell. But after we saw Barbara, we decided to go into this old place that we've been in many times called Heroes. And they had all these twinkly lights, and it was sort of drawing me in. And I said, oh, let's just go get an appetizer. We weren't very hungry, but we went in there and we ran into our old next door neighbors that we used to do everything with. We went camping with them. We went on vacation with them. We had birthday parties. We did everything with Mark and Claudia, and we ran into them at Heroes. So we sat and we reminisced and we talked, and it was so good. And so that was Friday night. And then Saturday I did all that stuff during the day that I already just explained. And then I got a phone call from my firstborn son, and he said, Mom, they're doing a Christmas tree lighting in our city. I didn't even know. And it's my city. And he said, and it's a chili thing. Like, you get chili, free hot dogs, everything's free. Let's go. So I met him down at our city, and we got a free chili dog, and we got a free cookie, a free cocoa, and I was spending time with my firstborn, and I couldn't deny it because he asked me to go. Motorcycle man was beat. He had been working on his truck all day, and he's like, I'm going to skip this one. We've already been very social and active. And then Sunday comes. Sunday's a slow day. We took it very slow on Sunday, but we made sure to make time to go play cards at the park. And this time we played at a park that had a little stream going by, so the sound was very beautiful. And that was my Sunday, and I don't regret for 1 second that I didn't make YouTube vlogmas videos. I did what I needed to do for my soul and my body and my mind, and now I'm back today, Monday, completely revived. So that is my vlogmas. I'm going to end with my puzzle, and thank you for watching.